Chapter 5. In the Beginning. In the beginning, when there was nothing at all, there came an impulse that was so great that something happened. It was the beginning of life as we know it. It was the beginning of our evolving nature. First there was light, then a firmament, the foundation for all that will come. Then the sun and moon, day and night, land and sea. There were the plants and animals, and then there was us. It could be said that evolution ended with us, except we continue to evolve as humanity and as souls. The time has come for another quantum leap, one that will shift us from living in the dream of the illusion of separation into the truth of oneness. In this leap, we leave behind separation and all of its corresponding traits and qualities and move into something new. Let's back up for a moment. With each step of creation, there was a critical moment, a moment when the current life could no longer survive as it was. There was an impulse that became so great that a quantum leap happened. Wallace Wattles, in his book, The Science of Getting Rich, says, "When an organism has more life than can be expressed in the functions of its own place, it develops the organs of a higher plane and a new species is originated." Simply put, when any particular organism gets to the point that their existence is in question, something has to happen. They could either adapt and change or die. Life has to change. Now we are coming to a critical moment. There is a closely approaching critical mass that will cause the leap into our next generation and expression. Think about our world for a moment. It is crazy right now. Global warming, disease, fighting, hunger, gangs, killings, wars, and politics. Yikes. Do we have a chance for survival? Yes, we do. Our chance for survival is in finding ourselves again. It is in listening to the deepest impulses that are wrangling to get our attention. It is in this leap in consciousness that we enter into a new awareness. It is a coming home to the new. It is a returning to the truth, a letting go of all illusions and false beliefs. In the new, there will be no fear, no fighting, no lack, and no suffering. There will be only love, acceptance, compassion, and oneness. There was a movement a few years back where teachers in two fighting countries introduced their students to each other. They got to know each other through letter writing and Facebook. They walked away from fear and into each other's hearts. The premise is that if we actually knew each other, it would be so much harder to kill each other. Greg Boyle, founder of the Homeboy Industries, found the same thing. When he was first ordained, he was sent into a rough area of Los Angeles, California. It was drug and gang infested, with many rival gangs. The crime was horrific, the nerves tense, the fear high. It was in this environment that Greg began to head out into the streets. He became a presence. He would get on his bicycle and travel around, speaking to anyone who came into his path, saying hello, and simply being around. Over time, they began to trust him. Over more time, he has virtually eliminated all gang activity and crime in the neighborhood. He set up many programs, each one coming from a direct need that he encountered. He valued each person. He met them where they were and he helped them. He created opportunities for rival gang members to work together side by side. They discovered love. They discovered they were the same. They laid down their weapons and their fear and their rage and began to better themselves. Read his book, Tattoos on the Heart, which is filled with antidotes and heart-wrenching stories of awakening and healing and the transformation of one of the hardest communities and the transformation of one of the harshest communities in the country. How did he do this? It came by honoring, valuing, and modeling love. It came through his deep commitment that each person matters, that every human life is important and every person has gifts to give. He transformed a neighborhood wrought with rage and fear into a healthy community. It was not without its challenges, and you can still find remnants of the way it was, but the transformation is beautiful to behold.